Hi everyone, welcome to today's trade of the day. And for today's trade of the day, we'll be looking at gold. Now, I haven't really looked at gold for quite some time, but let's just see where this leads, right? On the weekly, okay, let's just start with the weekly chart. On the weekly, it's really hard to tell what gold is doing, right? It's this sort of this V-shaped recovery, and then price just seems to be going sideways. But what is clear is that price has already surpassed this resistance turn support. Okay, so long term, perhaps gold really is on an uptrend, but let's take things step by step. Let's go down to the daily. Now, on the daily, we see that price is sort of in a sideways motion, and price has actually broken out of this area, right? But how far down? How far will price go? Okay, or how far back will price pull back, right? Could this be a false breakout of this sideways channel? If you ask me, I personally think it's a false breakout. Why? Because normally when you have a breakout, right, you should see a violent movement. Okay, every time that there's a breakout, there should be a violent movement, right? Even if something like that, right? When there's a breakout, you see how many green bars? Okay, a retest and then a strong push. And then when it broke out the other side, look at the strong red bars. Okay, so every time we have a breakout, always remember we should have a strong convincing movement. All right. However, here the movement is really small and not convincing at all. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to have a support, probably at this area. Okay, a daily support kind of just at this area. Okay, let's just put this daily support here, graphical. Now, I'm not going to put any daily resistance, okay? It's going to be quite hard to see because right now we are not sure whether this is a fake out or is it a real breakout. I'm just saying that based on personal experience, a real breakout should show a stronger push. All right, so let's just keep the daily support there and let's go down quickly to the 4 hours. I'm just going to zoom in so we can have some sort of focus here. Let me tidy up this chart. Okay, so the daily support is here, and we see that really there is sort of a zigzag price movement, right? A zigzag price movement with sort of a descending triangle over here. If I were to really be strict about it, okay, we can use a Fibonacci extension for the zigzag, point 1 to point 2 to the low, and we see that 100%, okay, price actually reacted right at 100%. Okay, so let's call this the 4-hour resistance. Okay, so the 100% is there, price reacted right at 100%. Now, when price reacted right at 100%, we saw a strong push down, but we do not know how far down price could go. Okay, so we can use the Fibonacci retracement, two types. One from this low all the way to the strong push of this high. Okay, that's one, but this Fibonacci retracement is not very nice because of that zigzag in the middle. Okay, the next Fibonacci retracement we can do is we can take from the low here where the strong push occur all the way to the high here. All right, but graphically, of course, if I were to extend this further back, okay, we see that price has already surpassed this level, tested it a number of times and went higher and could possibly come back down to test this level. But let's do the retracement first. Open all Fibonacci ratios, right? And the second retracement. Okay, so we see that there is actually a support zone somewhere here, right? There could be a support zone over here, but the shorter term Fibonacci retracement, the daily support falls in line with the 50%. So let me just highlight the 38 and the 50. 38 and the 50 coupled with the 23. Okay, so this is what we have. All right, so on the 4-hour, this is what I see. Price could really push lower to this zone before making another push up to the 4-hour resistance. Remember, the long term we are bullish, right? We just We're just not clear whether this is a real breakout or is it a fake out. All right. So if in case of any doubt, we can follow the long term and just play a bullish push up, right? So let's just go down to the 1 hour quickly to see whether there's really any opportunities. A lot of noise on the 1 hour, very choppy for gold. Okay, but what I see here is really price pushing down, going sideways. Okay, so we can use Fibonacci extension from the high 0.1 to the low, and then to this last movement here and open up. Okay, all Fibonacci levels, and we see that the 61.8 is here, but the 0.5 also falls in line. The 0.38, 0.5 falls in line in this red area as well. So let's highlight the 0.5 extension. Okay, so this is how I think the trade can play out. Let me just go back to a 4 hours for nicer presentation sake. All right, I can do a, uh, a buy entry. Okay, I can do a buy entry anywhere in this zone. All right, and I can play all the way a bounce up towards the 4 hour resistance or the recent high. Okay, and this daily support will be my stop loss. Okay, but in real life my stop loss will slightly be somewhere below, okay, just to give it some space. But for presentation purposes, I'm just going to put my stop loss there. Now remember, the idea of a stop loss is the level where you know you are wrong, definitely. Okay, so the stop loss is the daily support. All right, which means that if price actually comes back below the stop loss and closes below this area, it will mean that this is a fake out and price will have reintegrated the sideways channel that we saw on the daily. Then we can flip our trade the other way and go short. But for now, we trade what we see, and this is how I will play it. All right, so thanks everyone for tuning in to today's trade of the day. I hope this has been informative and helpful. I wish all of you guys have a great weekend ahead. Thank you.